Dear viewers, I welcome you all in. We talked about the new story, aka the new epilogue, aka chapter 13 during the streams before, right? And regarding some more of questions that came from the new story, I'll make a separate video in the future. I'd like to talk about the new additions that have been made outside of the new story, and more specifically about the Hraesvelg. Thing is, this Skell is completely different from every other Skell because of its unique ability to transform into a spacecraft like you'd see it in Star Fox, for example. And you're moving very quickly from point A to point B, even able to speed yourself up even more with a boost button. And all of a sudden the entire world of Mira doesn't seem so big anymore. Heck, I'd say that Mira itself seems almost a little bit too small for such a vehicle. But maybe that is the case. If you watched some of my previous videos on Cross, you may have heard that this game in particular was originally supposed to feature multiple planets that you can freely travel to, perhaps traversing between them in a solar system created by Monolith Soft. And you see concept arts in the art book of this game from spaceships that would have belonged to the main character and other planets and cultures and characters, all for you to meet. Most of it was scrapped though. The biggest and most obvious reason were the technical limitations of the Wii U. But things look completely different now with the Switch 2. Being a system that can run games like Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Remake and pretty solid visuals actually. And with that, everything is possible now. And Monolith Soft has been working with the Switch 2 dev kit for probably quite a while now. And wouldn't you know it, instead of putting the cross-universe into the universe with the number titles, they seem to have put them into a completely new universe with a new planet. Obviously teasing us with a very likely sequel. And I am very sure that the Hraesvelg is a teaser, a beta version of some of the gameplay mechanics that they may include in the next game. After all, they talk during the affinity missions of Hraesvelg that they constantly evolve Skells and try to add new features, come up with stuff for those mechs. We also can't leave out the Ares Prime, which is absolutely incredible mobility-wise. Running and jumping across Mira in high speed is an absolute joy. Feel free to check out the VODs on the SparksOpus channel. I sound like a kid that played video games for the very first time ever. Who isn't to say that the once cut main character, which was included into the epilogue as Al, aka Alois Bernholdt, will be the main character of the next game. And it being the Xenoblade Cross that Takahashi and its team always wanted to create. Maybe even going full on No Man's Sky, with having a lot of new Xenos traveling from planet to planet, trading between the planets, you being able to expand the newly created frontiernav 2.0 on each planet, and getting different resources and equipment from each planet. Just to say it as an example, like an Orphean planet looking kinda alien and otherworldly, and receiving the weapons and armor from their arms manufacturer on their planet. Or one where Professor B comes from, having a cyberpunk kinda feel to it, and then a planet with the man on, with an ultra high-tech, high-entia-like floating castles and whatnot. Kinda that feel to it. Then another planet with the friendly prone on a moon that looks like Goron's on Death Mountain. Maybe do it like the Monado situation too, gameplay-wise. Monado 1, aka regular Skells, that lets you travel around the planet. Then the Monado 2 lets you travel to other planets in the same solar system. And then the Monado 3 that lets you travel to a close-by solar system, which ends up being the original Earth, aka the place where the Sumerians came from. And you have to find out the origins of humanity and find the conduit still there present. I mean, honestly, with the power of the Switch 2, like straight up, everything is possible. According to Nvidia, the Switch 2 is 10 times more capable than the Switch 1. Oh, of course, gotta take that always with a grain of salt, but the Switch 1 was like 1.5 times more capable than the Wii U. But now we are playing with power. I wouldn't be surprised finding Hraesvelg with her quote-unquote bestie developing new skills and stuff. Whatever Monolith Soft is cooking, I mean, the future looks really exciting. And I mean really exciting. We could see a potential Shin Megami Tensei and Persona type situation. One focusing more on gameplay and exploration, and the other more on story and characters. What would you wish to see in a potential Xenoblade Cross 2? Let me know in the comments. Folks, I thank you all very much for watching. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on that because I thought this would be actually a really cool idea for a potential sequel. And yes, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope to see you again very soon. Have a good one, folks. Goodbye.